Town Hall 12 fresh triples in NDL heavy division. That's a Town Hall 12 only division. That's what we're going to have a look at in this video. Before we do that, I'm Mister. Welcome back to the channel. If you're brand new, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for daily uploads of various gaming content. 4 attacks, let's dive into it. NDL heavy division, Spider Legion versus Lando Gaming. They're all coming from the one war. There were more than 4 fresh hit triples. I'm only going to show 4, the 4 fastest ones. And the last one will, of course, be from a 6-pack getter in the war. It will be the fastest one as well. Now, what you will notice, if you've been paying a real close attention to what's just been dropped on the board, is that it's not a Queen walk, it's a Grand Warden walk. So the Grand Warden is starting off proceedings with the healers on him. And then, as you can look at the troop combination below, we've got some Peckers, we've got Bowlers, and we've got Bat Spells. So the beauty of the Grand Warden walk, of course, is that when the Grand Warden has decided he's had enough and the other troops are close enough, he just abandons what he's doing and says, that's it, I'm going to go over and help you guys. So you get trash cleaned out by the Grand Warden, you get some Packers helping create the funnel, and then it's just a dive into the middle of the base with the Grand Warden who comes over to the rescue, King, Packers, and a whole heap of bowlers all pummeling into the middle of the base, ready to just take out, gut a whole section of the base, diving into the middle like you can see here, because you're always coming across the base to try and get to the town hall, and then coming in from a flanking position with the bat spells, which is what we'll see just any moment now. So the Queen obviously is still up with the Grand Warden. Healers are still up at this point. We've got a free spell coming down and straight onto that area where the Inferno and the Wizzies are. A couple free spells, keeps the bat spells alive. And of course, we're not having a rage spell for the bats. What we're just doing here is just pummeling the area with heaps and heaps of bats. So as you can see, the most of the rest of the base has been nuked, even though it only looks like 60%. As a lot of the base is gone, and now here come the rest of the bat spells. Ice Golem has gone down, creates a little bit of a larger freeze zone, but just too many bat spells for the rest of the base. The Queen's still up. She's got barely any health. She's just gone down now. And the healers are still on the Grand Warden. King's still up, and just a little bit of cleanup. Now, this was the longest attack. It wasn't the longest attack, but it's the longest one that I'm actually going to show. They were all really, really close, around about 2.5 minutes. So I couldn't decide what was actually the better attack or not. I just figured let's just show them in order of shortest to longest. So let's have a look at the troop combo here that's left. We have 4 healers that went on the Grand Warden, 5 Wizzies, 2 Archers, 4 Peckers, 9 Bowlers, 4 Loons, a baby, an Ice Golem, 3 Goblins, Ranger Spells, and Ice Golem and Pecker in the Clan Castle. Okay, let's have a look at the next attack. And this is the next one. Let's have a just quick look at the troop combo here. We've got the 4 Loons, 5 healers, 5 healers on this one, 2 Peckers, 3 Witches this time, and we don't have bat spells coming into it. So you notice there's a little bit of a different troop combination. It's not a Peckabo bat, it's something a little bit different. Let's just dive into it. Fresh hit. And we are starting off again with a Grand Warden walk. And I'm not sure if, I can't remember if he gets something down on this side to help create a bit of a funnel. Yeah, there he goes. So he's got the bowler down to help make sure that the Grand Warden's not going to path down to this bottom side. That way we've got a fair idea that the push is now going to come in from the top side. It has to drop a rage spell to keep the Warden up. But when I first watched this, I couldn't really see. I was glancing at the base before I noticed the troop he dropped down, and I thought, geez, that Queen seems to be taking a long time to shoot things up there. And then once I had a closer look, oh, it's the Grand Warden. Okay, so we're going to have to start creating a little bit of a funnel up here to try and dive in straight to the town hall with the siege machine, with the wall wrecker that's going to be coming through shortly. Now, of course, the brilliant thing about the Grand Warden is, as you can see, with his zone of whatever, He is so far out of range of this air defense. There's no way a queen would have been able to shoot that, but he is able to shoot that. He's able to shoot this. I'm not sure if he's able to shoot that. It doesn't matter. Put the pecker in his zone, and then he has to follow the pecker, because that's just what Grand Wardens do. They feel they need to follow the troop to keep the troop alive. So now that everything's clumped together, the Grand Warden has no option but to do exactly that. So king on the left-hand side, queen and siege machine coming on the right-hand side, with some witches also on the left-hand side. And now jump spell into the Town Hall Inferno area, and that will be it for the main gutted part of the base. And now we're just going to hope and keep everything else up alive. Queen and Grand Warden ability, there we go. Grand Warden's ability has just been used now. King is still up on that left-hand side with the witches, skellies, and the bowlers all pummeling around that area. Queen with the bowlers under rage, still haven't used the Queen's ability. Baby Dragon down, distracted onto that archer, so the balloon can come in and deal some damage on that archer. Once that archer tower goes down, if it doesn't take out the baby, unfortunately it took out the Baby Dragon just a little bit too much. Archer on the left-hand side, destroyed by the bowlers and the witch skellies, couldn't keep up. Just a massive amount of troops left into the middle of the base here. All these bowlers, they didn't all go down. Obviously, if they'd been over, maybe it would have been a little bit different. But look at all the skellies and all the troops that are left. So game over for this base. And like I was saying at the beginning, all of these hits that you're seeing here were fresh triples. They weren't. No one knew what was in the clan castle or anything like that. So let's have a look at the third attack. Third triple. Okay, having a look at the troops: 2 archers, 3 gobs, 5 whiz, 4 loons, 4 peckers, a baby. So it's starting to look like a pretty similar troop combination to the first one that we had, in which case we could possibly assume that we're going to have a pecker and ice golem in the clan castle, and we've got the 5 bat spells. We've got the rage, a couple of rages. Let's dive in. 2 minutes 37 on this one. Grand Warden walk at the bottom. Again, you'll see it's a Grand Warden walk, so that's the theme that we've had so far, is that the Grand Warden is the one doing the walking and not the Queen, and the Queen is diving into the base behind the siege machine and everything else. So that way the Queen's not going to inadvertently be taken out, and you do what you can to keep the Grand Warden alive. And of course, the other thing that you will have noticed is always coming in from an area that the siege machine can move right across the base to come into the town hall. So funnel being created here, so we've got a good idea. We probably want to dive through this little middle area here. That's what it's looking like at the moment. That's the plan, that's what it looks like, and of course that's what it's going to be. Of course, you can't have the wall wrecker go through the little passageway. The Grand Warden's going to have to do that. And of course, the Grand Warden being able to take out from things far, far away. So Pecker coming in with the siege machine in a moment. Grand Warden, there we go. Grand Warden's just realised there's Peckers on the way. They've gone through his aura, triggered him up, and off he comes to follow them around. Queen's gone in, bowler dive in, wall wrecker in, Grand Warden's abilities used, keep everything alive in that initial high impact, high damage push into the base. Rage spells dropped, and everything's just pushing through nicely. Second rage spell, and all we've got left is the 2 freezes and the bat spells to come now. So that's the enemy's defending ice golem that just came out. We still have 1 ice golem to drop, and we still have the ice golem in the clan castle to drop. So keep that in mind as well. So once the wall wrecker comes into the middle of the base, we should be starting to see the bat spells deployed shortly. Here we go, bat spells down. Second ice golem is going to be dropped any second. Well, I'm assuming it's got, there we go. Second ice golem at the top there near the wizard. And look, the first ice golem didn't even pop, so he's had to use the freeze spell on the Tesla farm area, and he's going to have to use that other freeze spell as well. I think when the ice golem pops, if the second ice golem pops, the wizard, yep, there he goes. The wizard got trapped as well. Second freeze spell used on the Inferno, and that's it. Just waiting. The Inferno stream can't keep up with it, and it did a lot of damage on the bats, but it was just a little bit too overwhelming, and that's it. Game over for the base. That's the third fresh Town Hall 12 triple. This was, of course, another Grand Warden Peckabo bat attack. Grand Warden walk. Let's have a look at the fourth attack, and the fastest attack and the person who got the 6-pack. Okay, as far as the 6-pack goes, which ones did I choose? Which attack did I choose to show? I chose to show the fastest one of the 6-pack. So this is the base in question. Again, like I said, this is a fresh hit triple. Have a look at the troops. 2 archers, 3 gobs. Starting to see a pattern here, yeah? All the same troops, same spells, everything. Okay, let's dive into this one. Grand Warden Walk starting off at the top. So we're going to have to assume based on that, Grand Warden's up here, baby there. We're going to be funneling in from this top side somewhere. Now that we've had the king go down up there, definitely we are going to come in straight down through this way. Somewhere around there, whatever the attacker has deemed is the best route to take in to wipe out as many things as possible. Now, the interesting thing with the Grand Warden here is that the funnel doesn't necessarily mean he's going to path to his left, our right. But of course, now that the P.E.K.K.A.'s come in through his aura, he's got no choice. He has to move over. So if you need to get that Grand Warden to move over, drop a P.E.K.K.A. through his aura and he'll just follow them. Drop a couple and then he has to follow them. He's obliged to follow them. He's compelled to follow. He cannot help himself. And that's, of course, unlike the Queen or the King, who often just go wandering and doing their own thing. So we've got the Rage spell down, Bowler's wreaking havoc, Jump spell going to access the whole rest of that compartment, including to where the Eagle Artillery is. Siege Machine has popped. Town Hall's gone down, so now we've got an Ice Golem in the area. Eagle Artillery's long gone. Ice Golem is getting targeted by a lot of things. 2 Wizzies, Tesla, and just survived that Wizard Tower or Expo before the Expo went down. We've still got a P.E.K.K.A. up in that area, and now here come the rest of the bat spells. Ice Golem on the right hand side. Now, if you've been paying close attention, we all will have noticed the last Ice Golem is being placed on the far side opposite to where the bats have been deployed, so that it starts to take a lot of damage, so that by the time the bat's there, it has frozen the entire area. That's the whole idea. If you can time it right, just like you saw here. Brilliant timing on the placing of the Ice Golem. Now's a good time to drop the Ice Golem. Bats, Ice Golem, bats, Ice Golem. So I do recommend once you finish this, have a look again if you're trying to figure out the order of the deployment, bats, Ice Golem, and timing and so forth. If you need to wait a second, wait 2 seconds. Go back to the start of the video once you've reached the end and watch all of them again. Yes, I know I've thrown one into the middle that doesn't have bats in it, but you can still learn something from that anyway because you've got witches in it as well. So that is it for today's serving of 3-star attacks. Town Hall 12 fresh hit triples in the NDL heavy division. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and until next time, thanks for watching.